Hey, what is going on my dudes, it's Epic here and welcome back to a new video on the channel. And guys, I am so excited because today I am finally going to be bringing you guys the Shockhound Zane version 3 build. Now, if you watched my last video on the Elemental Sentinel, I told you guys that I would be working on a clone drone variant for you guys and also a clone dome variant, but I've gone a step further because this build can do everything. This is a clone dome build, this is a clone drone build, this is a dome drone build, this is anything you want it to be. I mean, this build really can do it all. In fact, this build even, and that's right, this build even brings back something that I've not seen nearly enough people utilize in their builds, and that is the return of sham fleeting, or in this case Backburner. We'll get into it in a second, but in the meantime you guys, the skill tree is on screen right now. You can go ahead and copy that into your game, or if you're on PC, you know the drill. In the description down below is a link. You click the link, you click download, and then you drag drop it into your saves folder, and boom, the save is yours, my friend. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10 on gear dependency, this build comes in at around the 6 or 7 mark. However, you only need one weapon for this build to work, and that is the Backburner. Now, if you guys are familiar with Borderlands 2, you may remember something called sham fleeting. This is where you would take a sham which had a high absorption chance, and then a Nor fleet which was just amazing at killing things overall, and then you would just simply go around, shoot at the floor, everything would die, and you are fine. You're just fine. You get all the ammo back. Well, this is actually possible in Borderlands 3, and it's possible using a method called shock stealing, which I already have a video on. If you don't know how to shock steal, it's very simple. You just need a transformer and a self-damage dealing shock weapon. If you don't know how to do it, I have a video going more in depth on it. And then to pull off the amazingness that you saw in the intro, and basically what you're going to be doing the whole time when you're using this build, all you need is a shock Backburner. All you simply do once you got the two is run around, shoot the floor, bang, you shoot stuff into the air, and yeah, you don't die, you absorb all the shock, and things just die around you. It's really great. And especially if you don't have full shield capacity, you're even going to have a chance to absorb the shock projectiles as ammo, and that means you're going to get ammo back. But luckily we have a cut purse anyway, so that's not really that important, since yeah, we already have it. Also, what makes this build very handy is that because you're basically always going to be spamming the shock Backburner, if you have your digiclone out like so, your digiclone is going to do the same thing and pretty much never die. Now, because the digiclone also has the transformer, and because the Backburner does damage to teammates, it means you can heal your digiclone like so. So you basically never have to worry about your digiclone ever dying when you have it out, because it's going to regen its own shield and you can regen it as well whenever you need it to. But hey, this isn't just a shock Backburner transformer build, it's just something that really dominates the build. And for the most part, other than that, this is just your standard clone build, in the sense that we have OPQs, we have a Monarch, a Lightshow, a Beacon, and honestly I don't have a lot of weapons in this build for you guys, because this build really just doesn't need them, if I'm being honest. It's just a very easy pick up and play build. You don't need to do a whole lot to make it work. Now, contrary to all of my other build videos, I'm no longer going to be going through where you can find all of the weapons and their drop locations. If you guys want that to return, let me know in the future videos, but I'm just not sure it's something that enough people really need. So instead, we're going to be going through a proving grounds and showing off the build. So quite simply, when you're running this build, all you actually need out is your cut purse and then the Backburner, and from there it's very simple. I'm going to show you guys something which you're not going to expect right here. No action skills needed, just shoot at the floor and watch things die all around you. It is that simple. Now, I do apologize to those of you on console or PC, because this build is not going to be very kind to your frames. It's definitely a bit spammy, it's definitely very chaotic, and that's why I love it. This build also can do true takedowns with really no problem at all. I don't think there's ever been a scenario where I've struggled to hit a true takedown. I mean, I don't know why you would want to, since let's face it, who actually plays true takedown in their spare time? It's just pointless, but if you want to, you can. But now I think it's enough time to stop playing around with our food, summon the digiclone, and see what sort of madness ensues. I'm going to chuck my dome down, I'm going to chuck my clone down, and then he's going to do what we were just doing, and yeah, he's just gonna kill pretty much everything he touches. Now, as I've already said, this does not have to be a clone dome build. I know a lot of people are gonna be watching this like, whoa, the Shockhound build was never a clone dome build, you're just playing to meta. Well, you can use drone dome as well if you want. Hell, you can use clone drone if you want. You can use anything you want on this build. In fact, to prove it, I'm gonna get rid of my digiclone right here, and I'm gonna put on the drone. Honestly, guys, the thing that I love about this build is just how low effort it is. I really cannot stand when you watch a build video, you download the build or you make the build or whichever, whatever way, and then it's just nothing like the video. But this is just crazy. I mean, this is the most fun I think I've ever had playing one of these builds before, and I never thought I was gonna bring the Shockhound back, but I mean, Shockhound's back, baby, and you know, it's better than ever, man. This is just so easy. Now, I should actually take a break from playing here and messing around and actually say some serious notes here. Now, one thing you guys don't want when you have this build is any ASE elements. You do not want ASE elements on this build, and let me stress why right now. The problem with ASE elements, even ASE Shock, yes, that's right, even ASE Shock, is that no matter what, when you get an ASE element to proc, you will deal a new element of damage to yourself. I say a new element of damage to yourself because even with ASE Shock, if you proc ASE and then shoot the ground with a Shock Backburner, you're going to kill yourself. I don't know why, I think it's physical damage that you deal to yourself or something, but it seems like whenever you proc an ASE element, you just deal self-damage to yourself, and it's just not good. You're gonna end up killing yourself. So for that reason, on the Transformer, I have the action skill active, return damage, anointment, and then on my grenade, I have on grenade thrown, because, I mean, we're not gonna be using grenades that often anyway. Also, some clarification, because I know that people are going to question this. Boom Enhance does work with 2 action skills. You just cannot see your grenade count. This is also why we put 1 point into pocket full of grenades, because having grenade regen is always going to help Boom Enhance come out and just make our digiclone chef kiss. Now, is there points in this build which definitely don't need to be in there? Of course there is. Are you probably gonna mess with this build and make it better and then comment on the video and tell me that I'm trash at making builds? 1000%, but that's besides the point, baby. The point is, I am having so much fun playing the game with this build right now that I mean it's just on a whole nother level. I was thinking of maybe moving to Moze as my main, but how can I when Zane is just doing this sort of stuff? But anyway, guys, that's basically going to do it for my Shockhound Zane version 3 builder for Mayhem 10 level 60. If you're not sold on this build already, then I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. If you're not sold on this build, then you probably like Anthem as well, which is fine. I mean, Anthem's not a bad game. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like on it, and if you want to see more from me, hit that sub button. But of course, it's not needed, but you should. Don't forget that if you're on PC, then you can find a link to this build in the description down below. You just download it, drag drop it into your game, and if you're on console, then I'm sorry, there's not much I can do about the save or your frame rate, but thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys are all staying safe and treating each other well as always, and on that note, have a nice day.
By just ditching me on the ship? You said I could be a vault hunter like you! You promised!
You will! When you're ready.